My name is Valerie Moore. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I had already hired and fired two mentors prior to Joe. I knew I needed a mentor, and I was looking for someone that I felt that was passionate about the business and that would give me some of that one-on-one time, because what I've found that most people do when you hire them, you get CDs, videos, and things like that. And the one I had given this person $2,000 that I was supposed to, on a monthly basis within 2 months, and I've gotten less than an hour's time. The person never had any time to speak with me. So I was really looking for someone who had the passion and really wanted to be a mentor that wasn't providing me nothing with just fluff. And so after I had been following Joe already prior to hiring these other people, and they made me believe that, hey, you need to find someone that's in your local area. The one that was in my local area was the one who would even give me an hour for $2,000. So as I had been following Joe, I felt that he had the passion. He was providing information, even though it was just on YouTube. And I had also been receiving Joe's letters, and I loved the passion and the time that he put into it. And so that's how I found Joe, just by following him on the internet. I started with Joe just a month ago, just about a month ago, and that was after, like I said, two other mentors that just didn't have the time for me. I went to a seminar in Atlanta, and after going to the seminar, I left there really pumped up. I can do this thing. And I knew this guy who was a postman, and he had issues with his property. Myself being in the loss mitigation side of the business, I had tried to help him because he wanted to save his property. But he didn't have money to pay anyone to help him with that. So I told him, hey, stop past the office. We can sit down and, I'll call the lender for you to see what we can do to help you save the property. He never took me up on that because he said he didn't have time. Then when speaking to him later on, when delivering the mail later on throughout the weeks, he said that his brother had, bought the mortgage current for him. So that had been 6 months prior to the seminar. But I thought about him then, after the seminar, and I went to him. And I spoke with him, saying, hey, what's going on with the property? How's everything going? And he said, oh, I moved out of that 3 weeks ago. I'm like, really? I would like to see the property. So long story short, I ended up doing what I know was a subject to. I took over the mortgage, negotiated the second mortgage, that sort of thing. But I did it wrong. I had invested money into this property, not only to bring it current, but the property needed some extensive work, and I had thrown a lot of money into it. And then the insurance became due. I couldn't get insurance because the way I did the deal was I did it under a quitclaim deed. That's not the right way to do it. I found out later on. Because I have somewhat a limited ownership of it, but then I knew enough about the business because of being in the mortgage side of the business. I knew about the due on sale clause, and I was really concerned about that. So I would not record the deed because I didn't want the lender to come back and say, hey, you owe me this money right now because you're an alien. I don't know who you are, that type of thing. So I didn't record the deed. But by not recording the deed, I knew it left me open for liens to be put on the property. I couldn't get insurance on it. So I had to keep my relationship with the owner of that property, which made my focus go from putting that money into the property to continue to fix it up to I can't do anything to protect my interests. I need to pay this bad boy off because I'm steady worrying every night about liens being put on the property. If this guy, what if he files bankruptcy? I can't get insurance without him. I couldn't do anything without him because the lender didn't know I exist. So again, that's why I went back to look for a mentor. I needed to know how to do this deal right. It had a first lien of $25,000. It had a second lien of $13,000 some odd dollars. I negotiated the deal with the lender on a second, which was Chase, and I got it for $2,400. And the first mortgage I just paid off a month ago. So I own the house free and clear now. My goals as a real estate investor is to leave a legacy for my family. I want to, first and foremost, I love real estate, and I want to make a difference to other people. I want to truly help people, because I work in the foreclosure defense side of the business right now, and I know that a lot of people that I speak with, they're in this situation because of the recession, and I would like to provide those people with a second chance while making money myself. I see where my knowledge, when it comes to my knowledge and love for real estate, could be a benefit to a lot of people. So I want to do it all. I want to learn the strategies. I want to, have that. I want to be well rounded, because I feel that that's the only way that you can really be that benefit that I'm talking about to those homeowners. And first and foremost, I believe exactly what Joe believes, and that's the reason I decided to go with Joe even after losing thousands of dollars prior to him, was because I feel that he has some of the same values that I have, and it's about integrity first. You focus on the person and the money will come, and I see that in Joe. I believe the impact it has had on my life and family is the fact that it's not about you. It's really not about you. I believe that we're here for a reason, and that is to connect and help other people. It's not about you. And when you look at it like that, and you go in that particular way, it's just amazing how that grows your business. Because when you talk about connecting with that person and an integrity, it's unfortunate in the world we are today, it puts you above everybody else. So that's the impact it has had on my life, and even down from my daughter to my grandson. Because my daughter was not interested in this at all until she started to see what was happening, and see how this truly is about helping other people. Because if we don't want to get into the religion thing, but I have to always think about, what does one need? Food, clothing, and shelter. And you want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. So it has opened that door for us to make sure that where we can provide a service, with integrity, and that's what it's all about. I am not full-time, and God knows I pray every night that I can quit my job and do this full-time, because like I said, first and foremost is my passion. And I don't feel that you should do anything that's not your passion, because I make real good money right now, but I literally hate my job. I love real estate, and like I said, I see all the benefits in it, but foremost, it's not about me. It's the way that you could take this particular job and make it a benefit to so many other people who deserves it. And so I just can't wait till I'm able to go full time. I'm working on the automation side of it. I have bought the auto marketer, and I do see the benefit of it. However, I'm still learning it. I always believe you need to educate yourself first. Have some type of idea about what you want to get into. So educate yourself first, because you don't know what you don't know until you do something, to educate yourself. And because a lot of us, like myself, for instance, like the example that I gave earlier, I didn't know what I didn't know. So I hopped out there and did something that kept me up at night. So I would say, do your research, do your due diligence. Most of us have access to the internet now. And so even if you don't have it at home, go to the library or something like that. Educate yourself so you can realize what you don't know, because it will allow you to know that. It will let you know that, hey, I need some help. It's not about you. That's the best message I can put out there. It's not about you, and if you don't have passion for the business, it's not the business for you. That's what I would say. I mean, I think you do not go out there. Don't treat anybody like you don't want to be treated. Be upfront and as honest as you possibly can, because I don't feel that we have enough people in this business being honest. Don't be selling people fluff. When you go to that person, please provide honest information to whomever it is that you're working with or doing business for, because you don't want to be part of the problem. We got enough of that. You want to be part of the solution.